new faces in new places, or old faces really in new places. Where we're going to talk about Brian Kelly, Mario Cristobal, Billy Napier, and Lincoln Riley. We're going to talk about those four guys, and we got LSU, Miami, Florida, and USC. So let's start with this. And I want to, Coach Sumlin, I want to push this to you first, because you've been in this situation. You get off that PJ, right? That private jet. You get off, whether it's a helicopter or a private jet. You walk in. You walk to that podium. What does that feel like on your shoulders?
Well, it's different in different situations. You know, when you got to remember, when I got to A&M, they'd never played a game in the SEC, so nobody really knew what the hell was coming. I mean, I'd been on the field with even at Houston with Mississippi State and you know, a couple other teams and the SEC, and then coaching Oklahoma. You know, I knew what kind of football we were getting ready to get into. So recruiting, it becomes important. And you've got to keep the momentum. I think the challenge really for these guys, that you've got different situations. Mario has been at Miami. So there's an understanding when you're an assistant coach in a major program, you understand what that place is about. Go ahead.
Hang on. What do we think about Miami right now?
We don't know.
As a program overall, Cristobal independent. What do we think about Miami overall?
I mean, you don't know. There's a bunch of unknowns. We know that you can get in your car and sign 25 guys a year, right? You don't have to get on a plane. Go national for a quarterback.
You can, but those kids also already. The difference to me, and listen, I mentioned I'm almost 40, right? So I understand.
I thought you were going to pull a Mike Gundy right then.
I'm a man. I'm 40. But the reality of it is, to me, is these kids know that other schools exist.
Right.
This isn't where you got one football game a week on ABC plus the Notre Dame game, and then maybe a Jefferson Pilot or whatever it was game. They know that Oregon's out there. They know that USC's out there. They know Alabama's out there. They know Texas is out there. They know Clemson is out there. They know Wisconsin is out there. They know all these teams are out there. And it just doesn't seem like it's as easy to put a fence around the state, the quote unquote, what did Schnellenberger call it? The state of Miami. Him and Butch Davis called it the state of Miami. So that's why I wanted to ask, what do we think about Miami?
But they ain't, guys. Let's be honest. Miami is the U, and you can hang on to that tradition if you want to. But Mario Cristobal's got an uphill battle. He's got a battle like that's unique to itself, and it's as difficult as any place in America to go have success coming on when you take a gig where there's not already success. If there was already success and it was just keep the train on the tracks, that'd be fine. And I don't know how much has changed, let's say, Coach, in the last, 10 years maybe. I don't know if you guys have been to a game at Miami. But Miami is so far behind when it comes to facilities.
They just got new facilities. They just upgraded their facilities.
But upgrading ain't enough. They needed to quadruple what they had. You've been to Texas A&M. You've been to College Station. I went down there and watched Coach down there one year when I was with the SEC Network. I mean, there is just so much work to be done at Miami to get on the same level with the programs that we put them on the same level with. Like, there's so much to be done from a facility standpoint and a all the bells and whistles to help recruit these kids. New facilities ain't gonna work. It's got to be an absolute monster in order for Mario Cristobal to be able to have.
Let me just chime in here real quick. All right.
Yeah.
To your point, Clint, and my point, I think just like me going back to Texas A&M as a head coach, I was an assistant coach there for RC, right? When things were not, the facilities weren't that, right? And when you're other places, I think that Mario, and I'm with you, it's a real uphill battle, but I think he will get time because of his experience being there beforehand, number one. But number two, he's been in Oregon, right? So he's seen some of the best facilities in the country.
There we go.
When he sits down and talks to the president, the athletic director, or the people who are actually going to pick boosters, here's what it looks like from a national standpoint, not the U of old, right? But here's where we have to be to keep up with the Joneses. And I think because of his experiences being outside the program at Alabama and at Oregon, he's seen the best of the best, right? What that looks like. And so his ability to say, hey, here's what we need, and that we need some time to do that. I think he's positioned, and it's gonna take some time. I mean, it's gonna take some time. And the problem is patience, right? So, he knows what it looks like, he knows what it needs to look like. And I think because of that, they've got a little better chance maybe than they've had maybe in the last 10 years.